Welcome back to everyone. I'm kind of just going to be showing you how I made this top, which, as you see in the beginning, my Betty really liked, and that was like the cutest thing. I really just start with a sketch. I try to make like a more cleaner sketch. How to make them is just flat a bikini and a corset or a tank top. Whatever you have, just make sure to take into consideration the stretchiness of the material and always add extra kind of panels, so pretty self-explanatory. I made the patterns, which is 4 triangles, and kind of like the front and back, which is obviously the main corset part of things. And cut them out. I have them now as reference to always use. Laid it on top, obviously, sketched over it, cut around it, and then just pinned everything and made sure to really just, start sewing. Like, it's really as simple as that. I think the most tedious part is honestly just sewing and making sure your lines, are kind of straight, which I'm kind of bad at, especially since it has been a while. And people are like ease into sewing, but I decided to go straight for something. I think this is the most complex garment that I have ever created. But yeah, here you really just see me pinning it down. Like I kind of fold it over, pin it over, and sew it back and forth. And it always does break, but every now and then it's gonna get stuck. I think especially with certain materials that are more prone to be fraying, it just gets stuck. And you're just gonna have to, I think the best way to deal it, honestly, just cut it and tweeze it, because you can try and pull all you want, but it's not going to come out unless you cut it and take it out from the other side with a pair of tweezers. I know it's very frustrating. I would honestly recommend just walking away for a bit, coming back to it, and maybe getting on with cutting out a different section and pinning those and just having the next part of the project done there to motivate you. So yeah, here you see me back sewing. Honestly, I've messed up about far too many times. I would say 5, 6, 7 times. It got stuck, thread ran out, the bobbin just kept popping out, and then the bobbin finished twice with the black and white thread. You really just have to keep going. And that said, with everything, I think so many times with any kind of artistic project or creative project, when you're kind of that in the middle kind of part and it seems like it's failing, don't fucking stop, because let's be real, how many times if we stopped in the middle of creating something would something, not work out? We would have never seen it an amazing end project or an experience, or we would have never learned something if we didn't actually finish what we started doing. So I'm kind of getting into the habit, and I'm not gonna lie, I think filming is helping me get more into the habit of finishing artistic projects, because I think it is very important to start what you finished and you learn something from it, even if that something is what not to do, which in this situation I've realized that a lot of times, because it had been so long, I kept forgetting that the bobbin was kind of like that, the needle that I think it's called was not down. I don't know why I kept forgetting that. And also the bobbin was empty, so like it kept snapping the thread also a lot of times. That might just be because I'm using cheap thread, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm cheap, so I'm gonna continue using cheap thread and just deal with it later on. It is what it is. As long as it keeps the garment together. And saying that, I really do want to thank kind of like the local, not really corner stores, but creative corner stores that just sell every and anything, from cleaning supplies to pet food to paint posting things and like tapestry, them stores. I feel like maybe they're more common in London, I don't really know, but they're just like your general store. And everything creative, even like big name brand artistic kind of things and sewing supplies, they have it there cheaper. And I even bought like a really good stainless fabric scissor for once I have like proper shears for fabric, and it was so cheap, and I'm just very thankful for that, because I think it creates opportunities, especially for people in let's be real, these stores are more in low income areas. It creates opportunities for creative young youth that are in low income areas, so I'm very thankful for those. And you saw me there use or like put up these kind of, the way I was going to connect these were with loops, kind of like, what are they called, fucking hoops or loops, I don't know, but that's basically what I used to connect everything. I just ended up using bra hooks and called it a day, and kind of created my own lace up effect through them. It works. It was pretty cheap. I wanted to use black, but the pack came in black and white, so I think I had to spend about £6, which, depending on who you ask, is a lot or isn't a lot. I wanted to initially use a black bra hooks, I guess that's what they're called, but the pack came in black and white, which makes sense. Those are like traditional, I don't know, bra sets that people probably would have, but I'm obviously creatively innovating and making my own lace up kind of corset thing. So yes, you make do with what you got, and that's fine. And always, I do make sure now, because I've made things and they've not fit, so I always make sure to put it on my body and just see if it fits or not, and how much more is needed, or what I need to do to make it fit me, and if I can even say that. And you just see me hemming a lot, like a lot of pinning, a lot of hemming, and that's really what this whole thing is about. I think most garments might seem overly complicated, but if you just want a basic silhouette, I have quite the visual eye, so it might not be the same for everyone, but honestly, just look at a garment and break down the shapes you see and adapt it to your body, and as you go along, put it on your body, see how it looks, see what you need to add, and you'll see what you need. Yeah. I think this project was really exciting for me and really nice, because I'm not gonna lie, it's probably my most favorite project to date. I just don't know what to wear it with, and I wish there was more fabric left to make bottoms. That there was a bit, but it's kind of just enough to make like a fucking underwear, but I still used it because we're not going to waste material. So now I'm watching undies. But if you're gonna just buy a fabric roll, though, I would kind of recommend thrift flipping, because there's, I think, so much clothes gets thrown away, so reusing what you have at home is just always a better option for me personally. And it's also a cheaper option for me personally as well. When you go to genuine thrift places, they not only support good causes, because obviously they're an actual charity shop or a thrift place, rather than the kind of hippie, like £70 for a Ralph Lauren place. Those are not real genuine thrift places for me. Those are more like secondhand bougie big brand things for me. So I would want people to go to places that actually give back to good causes or the actual environment in which it is in. So yeah, I was kind of really happy just making this. First of all, it's like a cow print, like how fucking cute is that? But like, yeah, always having to reloop stuff, but it's really frustrating at some points when things just keep getting stuck, but you have to do what you have to do, and a lot of thread does get wasted, a lot of fabric does get wasted, but with trial and error you can waste less and less, though it's. I also just wanted to take a little bit of time to kind of tell people to, like, hopefully this inspires you to do something. I have literally failed I was at about like 7, maybe 8 things went wrong collectively with this piece. Maybe, I'm not gonna lie, probably more like 10. A lot of things went wrong with this piece, and I've just had to be like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to change it. I even started on a different material. It was not a good material at all. So I'm gonna have to retry it, because again, keep in mind stretch. Note to myself, and hopefully anyone else that wants to maybe follow this along and try this. If anyone is listening and still watching, I genuinely would say, if you have something on your mind that you've been planning to do for a while, do it. Like, there's nothing really stopping you other than yourself at all. And maybe if you don't have the supplies, try and find kind of like these kind of small I sell whatever shops. I don't know what to call them, but they're usually local and family run, and you're also supporting a family, and they're genuinely really nice as well, I find, and help out the more rural I don't know, the more rural ends, I don't know how to put it, but the more low income areas, in my personal opinion. So I'd rather support them than like a big chain or art store. Yeah. So I would say if there's something that you've been wanting to do, but you just haven't had quote unquote time through it, but you're using your time, like reflect on what you're using your time to, because sometimes I feel like I'm busy, and when I reflect, I'm just there like, am I though? Or like, can I maybe, would I feel better with myself if I took some time apart and actually spent it on this project that I've been wanting to do for a while? I think sometimes it's uncomfortable until you put yourself in this position, into this foreign whatever, and then when you're in it and when you're actually doing what you said you wanted to do but you were scared of doing, it'll go by like this. Like this took me, I think, collectively about 2 to 3 days, and honestly I had a blast because I was focused and I was like, I'm not gonna let this ruin me. I'm not gonna let myself fail again. And again, I did fail like completely. One garment before this, I might try and go back onto it, but I was just like, I need to do this on a easier fabric to work with, because before I was working with satin. A mistake, if you're doing this for the first time, do not use satin. Satin also does not have stretch, so you're gonna need more fabric. So yeah, that's me. My YouTube, I do want to do more kind of fashion related things, because for those who followed me, my YouTube through my Instagram, it has changed definitely over time, but the main reason why I got a lot of followings was because of my style, though my style is forever changing, because I like to express myself, and I've gone through multiple style phases, and I love it, and sometimes I look like a different bitch every single day of the week, and that's okay. It's nice to just have fun with style. Yeah, so I would just recommend people have fun with style. Try out things that you want to do artistically. Like, I'm always just trying new things because it's fun. And I just had to learn, like, the hard way that the only person stopping me is myself. And it shouldn't be embarrassing to not be good at something because you've just started it and it's not something you've done all your life. Even if you've done it all your life but you're not particularly good at it, if it makes you happy, continue. I don't know where this is going. But yes, do consider, maybe if you've made it this far, to just subscribe to my YouTube. I will definitely be doing one of these. Then my next video will be a video that is more like self-care related again. And it will be a bit on like what to do in like a full moon or new moon is what the title is going to be. I was thinking like 10 things to do or something like that. Because a lot of people get very intrigued by spirituality and me, so I want to share more of that. And after that, definitely more art will be coming. I actually have a lot filmed. I just need to edit. I'm sorry. But yeah, just I would also say please do follow me, because I've realized I'm gaining like an organic and new audience on my YouTube. So it would mean the world to me if you would follow me on my Instagram, which is always linked in the description, linked on my actual like YouTube like page, and I mention it and I show it in the end. And I learned how to do like split screens, which I don't care what anyone says, they might look amateur as hell. I think it's the coolest thing ever. So here's me posing split screen with my baby. Oh my gosh, she's so cute, and she loved it. So yeah, she loved it. And I loved it. Yeah, if you want to see more of my antics, do follow me on my Instagram. I kind of don't shut up, and I post a lot of stories because I can and I want to and I like to. Yeah. See ya over there, or subscribe for more of whatever I do next time, because it's always different, but mainly artistic, spiritual, and yeah, creative, and maybe plants, because I like plants. So I can do a video on birds too. But some of them are more privative, but some of them are also more social. Here's my Insta. Look how cool. This is what I mean. Look how cool this looks. Like, to me personally, at least. So yes, please do follow my Instagram again. I would love ideally to actually hit 10k on my Instagram, and I think maybe in reverse, maybe my YouTube can help me get Insta followers, you know. Because I want to be able to link not only my own content, but I have a lot of amazing and artistic and creative friends in all avenues of being creative, and I want to share their work. I want to have the link feature on Instagram, so please do share me and my content. I want to hit 10k. Thank you. Yay. Bye bye.